like Flay said, 911's a joke. You know, 911's a joke. You know, but this is gonna be a bloodbath, man, because this place here in Babylon, man, you got more guns than you have people, man. You know, so when times get rough, man, they're gonna come to the desperate measures, man. You know, okay. So just like this place was established on violence, man, it's gonna go out the same.
Right.
Right. Reading on, it says, "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake."
Read that again.
It says, "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake."
Yeah, man, because when all these things happen, guess who they're gonna blame, man? The Israelites, man. Like brothers always going to how Nero and he burnt Rome himself, and then he blamed the Jews, man. That's gonna be the same like us, man. Why do you think they got it on what's that show, Vice? To where they stage these different programmings. Like what was that? ISUPK was on one of them. All right, America's Most Hate Groups, they call it. All right, all these things are set up, all right, to come against you tribes, man. Specifically those who believe that you're in the truth, man. All right.
And these. Keep going. Yo, and all these guys are basically set up, man. You know, because here it is, man. You got them, and they got this kind of robotic type of thing. They got this speech, you know, this type of speech, and it's like, hey, you know, all that though. But it's not more of a pure and organic spirit, man. That's coming out, man. You know, it's not of a pure and organic spirit, man. Here it is, man. You got these guys that are staged with their speaking. You know, it's edited. You know, here it is, man. We're putting up videos raw, man. We're putting up live and direct, man. You know, we put it up organic, man, so to speak, man. You know, right? And it says, right? Then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. You know, and a lot of the false prophets are going to be rising up, as you see, as you do at this time now, that are going to deceive the people, man. That are going to deceive the masses of the people, man. You know, because now Jake is going to try to have something to hold on to gravitate to. So they're going to want to hear something that's pleasing to them, man. You know, they're going to want to hear something that's going to make this what they actually see visually. You know, with their eyes. They want to be soothed, man. You know, this is why people want to give heed to itching ears, man. You know.
Hey, but that's why the scriptures say we have a more sure word of prophecy, man. So when these things happen, what you have something you have a go-to God, if you will, man. That's why the apostles say what get on the chick, man. All right, because you know, like the brother said, you're gonna have all this confusion coming up. All right, but when you see prophecy, you can't come up against, you can't rebuttal against it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, prophecy is physical, man, for everyone to see, man. You know, it's tangible, if you will, man. All right. The scriptures say in Ezekiel was I think it's like 31 or 33 that when these things come to pass, then you shall know that a prophet was among you.
Ezekiel 33.
Yeah.
33. Done.
That's why the news stand for what? North, east, west, and south. But people don't pay attention to all the different directions. That means what? You're supposed to be checking circumspect all over the globe. Not just over here, the north part, whatever, the east, the west, and all of that. You're supposed to be checking everywhere. So look out for things that could possibly affect you in your life. You know what I'm saying? And people not recognizing the things that's coming to pass, the legislature, the chip, all the different things coming to pass, because it's not right in front of you right now. It don't have an effect on you, but it does, man.
Your head got to be on swivel, man. You know, and Jake is not circumspect, man. Because why? It's because they're giving it to the ways of Babylon, man. This is a big Disneyland, man. You know, there's so much distractions that's set forth in front of you to make you go off, man. You know, this is why it's a battle, man, for us to stay in the spirit, man, and not give our bodies over to the flesh, man. Because Esau puts all of these desires in front of you, you know, for you to make you to go off, man. You know.
Hey, but you get Matthew 26:41.
If I could add to that distractions thing, I was looking at this article and it said only 38% of people, when they read in the news article, only read the first paragraph, man, and then they won't even continue to read the rest of the news article, man, because they get distracted or their attention spans is too small. So the distraction out here in America is crazy, man.
Oh, you just brought a beautiful point up because over in New York, they got this thing called AM News, something to that effect, where it's a thin newspaper, which is about 6 pages, right? And I would say 75% of the pages is given to ads. So we might have little news clippings of different things that's going on, you know, and Jake wants to read that, you know, they give it out for free. You see? So Jake reads that, you know, they stand at the subways, they stand at the different places of concourse in the morning, and they give it out in mass abundance. And you can tell the minds of the people of who grabs those papers, man, because it's BS at the end of the day, man. It's small little clippings, and Jake wants to read that and think he knows everything that's going on in the world, man. You know, when half of it, 75% of it, is given to big ads, man. You know, about how to get your teeth fixed, or getting your back rubbed, getting a back surgery, you know, or getting some type of breast augmentation. You know, that's what the ads are giving into with these newspapers, man. And you see the majority of our people that snatch up these things. Jake love anything free, man. You know, and it goes to show you the mind of the people of how on kind of level they are, man, to even grab that paper, man. You and us being in the truth, man, we're not wouldn't even set ourselves to grab something like that, man. You know, because anybody knows that paper's BS, man. You know, there's no edification in it. You know, but this is Matthew chapter 26, verse 41.
You know, hey, because at this time, man, YAHAWASHI knew what time it was, man. YAHAWASHI, he always, you know what I'm saying, he always stayed, you know, in the work, man. He always stayed praying, he always stayed connected to YAHAWASHI, as we do, and which, you know, at this time, you know, at this point in time, we should do more, you know, as well, you know, praying, fasting, whatever you got to do, all right?
It's Matthew chapter 26, verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation.
Right, so right now we gotta watch and pray so that you enter not into temptation, like the brother was going into, man. You gotta remain circumspect, man. Look at everything, man. You know, news overseas, you know, understanding that will and that does affect over here, man. You know, hey, when you even go into like the like say the tariffs, for example, you know what I'm saying, how people, you know, you don't take you don't look at it until it hits you, man. You know, over America, you really, if you know, for you Americans, man, you should really be looking at, you know, like news as far as tariffs, all right, and you know, prices, the influx of prices in other countries, man, because that does affect you. You know, America doesn't export anything, man, but they got to go to these other countries to buy shit, man. You know, so that's just, you know, watch and pray, man, so that ye enter not into temptation, right? So that when these things come upon you, all right, you won't, you know, when these things come upon you, as it says in 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, all right, you know the Lord coming as a thief in the night, man. You know, so when these things come upon you, you'll be ready. All right, like the brother always goes into you know, the punch that knocks you out is the one that you don't see coming, man.
Yeah, if I could add, just because you say, you know, watch out there in Israel, right, at the end of November in the land of Israel, it says ultra-Orthodox Jews protest Israeli military drive. And, you know, we speak on that all the time, man. The draft is coming to America, and guess what? It came to Israel, man. So out there in Israel, you have to join the draft. And there was a bunch of them protesting that shit, man, because they don't want to fight for their own country, man. That's their own kinfolk, you know.
Hey, we know America backs Israel, man. All right, so guess what happens, man, when shit go down in the Middle East, man? Because America has to have that foothold in the Middle East, you know. And guess what? Even the scriptures tell us, man, in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. You can grab that up. Yeah, 1 Thessalonians 5, yeah, you can read that.
This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the time of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
Right, so by us knowing that the Lord cometh as a thief in the night, you know what I'm saying, we gotta always stay watch, man. We always gotta you know what I'm saying, hey, watch when our Lord cometh, man. In Matthew the 23rd chapter, it said it was a cry made at night, man. All right, and you had the virgins that received the oil. All right, some wise, some foolish, and you know what made the wise virgins wise and the foolish virgins foolish is that they received oil, that they received faith, man. You know what I'm saying? They stayed on their watch, man. so that when the Lord came, they was ready, man. They was ready for the Lord to come, man. Everybody think that the Lord coming, you know what I'm saying? You know, as we always get into like the Lord coming with prosperity, man. But now the scriptures,
This man of doing the whole bidding, man, about YAHAWASHI, man. Chiefly because why? It's because we're telling of the coming destruction coming, man. You know, because the chapter gets into it. I'm gonna finish reading, right? It says, right? For when people shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as a travail upon a woman with child. That don't talk about the second coming destruction, man. They're not blowing the trumpet. You know, see, this is how you know that who's for YAHAWASHI, man, who's not, man. You know, see, because the separation is already begun, man.
Making sure
that's going into the prophecies, man. You know, not just going on this, like it's a whole thing. It's an end all be all, man. You know, now you got to be submersed in the word, man. You know, and understand that the time that's coming at hand. You see, right?
I don't know if it's clear.
Oh yeah, it looked already. I can
Verse
see.
4. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should not take you as a thief, man. You know? And we know we're not in darkness though, man, because we're not going to get caught with our pants down. We're not going to get caught off guard. You know? Why? It's because we're watching, like the brother's talking about, man. We're watching and praying.
yeah, man, the scriptures say, you know what I'm saying, make you ready to the battle, man. Like the brother said, or the scriptures say rather, we watching, man. You know what I'm saying? We watching for when it's time is to come, man. I was watching, you know, a lot of brothers been talking about that movie, The Bird Box, and one thing that stuck out to me, like in a lot of these end time movies, is the person with the most, the person that's more settled, if you will, is a person that understands what's going on. They probably a little scared too, you know what I'm saying? But they understand what's going on, man. The scriptures say, in Ezekiel, grab that out, Ezekiel, it's like Amos 8:11. You know, the person that understands what's going on, man. And second Esdras, the Lord said that understanding so a witch shall hide itself, man. You know, so it's important to get it now. You know, hey, the Lord also says Isaiah 55:6, man. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found, because it's gonna be a time where it's implied that there's a time to where we won't be out here, man. To where, you know, like right now people take us for granted, man. You know what I'm saying? But there's going to be a time when we're not going to be out here and you're going to be seeking for us, man. Got that?
Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of the hearing the words of the Lord.
Right, now those things are important too. All right? But a very, very important thing is his word, man. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time, man. And the strength of salvation. All right, so that's that's an important prophecy, man. That the Lord is he's gonna you know what I'm saying, he's gonna make a famine of the word, man. You know, right now people we always go into, you know, you got the Bible in your house, you know what I'm saying, collecting dust. All right, but it's gonna be a time when you're gonna be looking for that Bible, man. You're gonna be wishing you could you know what I'm saying, you could read that Bible, man. You know.
And that's a beautiful point that you brought out about that movie, Bird Box, though, because you said that the character that was in the movie was subtle, right?
Right.
But he knew what was going on.
Right.
That's part of it being even keeled, man, and being and that stability, man. You know, because that's what's going to get you through the times, man. If you know what's going on. You know?
Matter of fact, Revelations 16 and 15. YAHAWASHI said, grab that real quick, Revelation 16 and 15.
Revelation 16 and 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments.
Right, so what happens when you on your watch and you stand on point? That you're ready for whatever comes at you, man. You be prepared for it. That's the whole thing of which the Lord wants us to be prepared for. That's why, you know, get up real quick, Ezekiel 13, 4 and 5, I believe, real quick. Grab on Proverbs 3 and 25 real quick. Because everything is the whole preparation. Why do we got to go through the sufferings and the hell and everything now? To prepare us for when that time comes. So that we know how to deal with these things when they arise. Because we already been through the fire. So it's nothing else to go through a little more hell, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
Ezekiel 13 and 4. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. They have not gone up until the gaps, neither made up the head for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
So that's the whole point. Like you had nobody to come out and to prepare you for the battle with the day of the Lord. So that proves that what? The Lord wants somebody out here to help the people prepare. And that's what we're doing. And brothers telling people out there to be circumspect, watch the news, be up on the prophecies. And this is what we constantly bring out, week in and week out. To prepare you people, to warn you people, man. You know what I'm saying? We come with the harsh message, but this all done out of love. If you love somebody that being hard-headed, what you got to get on their ass, and that's what we doing, man. Straight to the point. So all we doing is preparing ourselves and preparing our people for the things that's coming in hand. Well, if not, you're gonna be caught. You know what I'm saying? With your hand in the cookie jar, man.
This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh.
Right. Be not afraid of sudden fear. So when that fear, that ultimate fear come upon, you know what I'm saying, the whole world, what we're gonna have a limited fear because we know these things that are coming. We know because the Lord already told us what's to come. So we preparing for it. Now the scriptures do say that all men shall be afraid, but it's gonna be a different type of. We're not gonna have the same fear that the average person that don't know what the fuck is going on is gonna fear, man. Because we know what time it is, man. With somebody that's just been just living their average everyday life, you know what I'm saying, in the streets of North or Irvington or wherever the hell you from, you don't know nothing happening. You hear fucking New York get rocked and New Jersey start shaking and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you see the smoke rising up. What's going on? Is it North Korea? Is it Russia? You don't know what the fuck is going on. But we prepared to know these things and we expect these things to happen, man. The families that we talking about, the shit that's coming out, you know what I'm saying? All the people that's on assistance, not going to be able to buy anything for their kids without this. Like, well, why I gotta do this? Well, you would have known what the fuck was going on if you listened to the prophets, dumbass. You deserve all the hell that's coming into you, man. It's simple as that, man. And you people ain't ready for this shit, man. You got it, man. All right.
Wait till a chariot makes its first arrival, you know? That guy, aliens! You know?
Yeah.
Hey, you remember the brother in Hawaii when everybody got the messages that missiles was coming?
Yeah.
That brother was rejoicing, man. He was excited. He was excited, man.
Yeah.
So that goes to show right there, we gonna be good money, man, when that time comes, Lord willing.
And that's the stark contrast, man, between the elect man and the wicked man. You know, because that Jake man, he didn't know what the hell was going on, man. You know, and he's looking for Esau to do something, man. Huh? Lord gonna destroy you and him. He said, call the cops.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Somebody call 911. And that's the same simple-minded Jake. That's how we told about where Beaver at? Where Beaver at? You know, running down there to go down there to your local shipping waterman hole. You know, to get chipped, man.
Yeah.
You know.
If they call 911, they're gonna get a dial to them like they're getting in Washington State right now, man.
Hey, they may even refer me to go down to the health department, man, to go get chipped, man.
That's true.
To go get your little bug out. What do you want? Bug out bag.
Bug out bag.
You know, with your little little knickknacks in there, man.
Yeah, that's where all the FEMA centers and stuff like that is going to be set up. You know what I'm saying? Go to your local Walmart, your local YMCA. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's where all the places going to be set up at. The FEMA troops going. You see it in all of the different shows, man. The prime example, and I hate it, man, because every time a good ass show with hella edification come out, or the stuff that we talking about, folks might get to do a few lessons on it. They might have a few seasons, then they cut that shit off, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to keep revealing shit. You know what I'm saying? And then the more we edifying the points with the lessons and shit, they like, damn, man.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers don't miss nothing. They on every goddamn thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's just
That's good, man, because when that happens, man, that's an agent. No, just look, they're on that. We gotta cut that down. You know, we got our what do you want to call our little shadows, man. You know, that's in the midst of the men that's doing the work, man. You got your little shadows, man, that's out there, man, that are closely watching, that are getting paid watching what we're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? And then when they see where some type of edification may be coming out to where we're dealing in the spirit of when we're bringing it out, you know, hey, it's too much here. You gotta cut that out, man. You know, they don't even know that they're doing it, man. But we see them through the spirit, man. You know.
Because the show I was talking about was a colony, man. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? They
they
had
cut-
4 seasons. Now they cut the shit.
Wow.
Now the new season of Black Mirror is out now. I ain't get the chance to see none yet.
Yeah, brother said it was good on the
Yeah.
comment board. Yeah.
Yeah, now I gotta check that shit out because I meant to go back and do some lessons on it, but like with the colony, you know, I got my running with that because like in colony, you know, they showed you when the dude went to the FEMA camp thing or whatever, where they had the national ID cards, and what they was talking about, they talking about us getting rid of, you know what I'm saying, our driver's license and having national ID cards. That's in the news right now. You know what I'm saying? That stuff that's going on that we bring out, man. And all these different, and when they went to the checkpoint thing, he had to scan his national ID card. So what's that tell you? Everything is linking up towards the chip, towards that technology, man. So all of these different things is coming to pass, man, and we reveal them to you people through the spirit of YAHAWASHI. Because these holy scriptures, with the Apocrypha, this is the only source where you could get all of this knowledge from, man. Period, man. The only source.
You can get the truth from it.
Yeah.
The only way you can get the truth.
Yeah.
Hey, you what the show, what the brother's talking about, which was, hey, I listened to the show too, man, and it had a great following, man, you know, and one of the things that they had on there, which we know was a test run, was that they had a voting poll. I'm talking about who resist,
Exactly.
And that was a test run to put this out here, to put this edification out here, you know what I'm saying, to now see now how do the people think now, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Are you awoke? You know, you got the people that are awoke though, and then you got the people that are of the elect, man. You know, people that are awoke basically are like, you know, basically your basic six-pack Joe Edomites that they know about, okay, preppers and stuff like that. They may know about the stuff that's going on, you know. But you got your elect, but you have what kind of the people are in are you going to resist, man? You're going to put that scenario in front of you, man. We have to see what's going on here.
I got a precept.
Get the precept in. Bring out 2nd Ezra 15 and start at verse 8.
This is Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. The instruments also of the tool are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when a needy speaketh right. And as you brothers was talking about those movies, if brothers remember the movie off of not Netflix, but it was off of YouTube, where remember they had to take a state test, and if you failed, you was exterminated. I don't know if y'all brothers remember. There was a little girl. She was a sister. I mean, she had an older sister, and basically, if you failed the test, then you would, even no matter if you was a child or not, you failed this test each year, you will be put into an exterminate camp. You know, and they're killing. You know, so that's just show you the minds of these Edomites, man. You know, but it says the instruments also of the chul are evil, and we know what chul is. Chul is a mean, impolite, spirited person, man. You know, someone that's straight up evil, man. It says the devices of the wicked, Salakia, he devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. And that's going into that RFID microchip, you know, telling you that it's good for convenience, you know, house appliances. It's better to, hey, it's helping you to be a superhuman. You know, you can get advanced abilities into doing extraordinary things that man can't do. You know, it's basically becoming a computer mixed with man. That's a transhuman, man.
Hey, fuck it, that. He said he devises wicked devices to destroy the poor. Which the chip, like the brother Sharp brought out last week, is really predominantly for you tribes, man. Because the scriptures say that Esau, he wants to sit in the temple of God. But you know the temple of God is the Israelites, man. You know?
That's right, man. It says even when the needy speaketh right, but the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. You know, that's basically the point. You know?
Yeah, that made me think of too, Jeremiah 15 and 11. You know what I'm saying? Damn, what is it again?
Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 11. It says, the Lord said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in a time of evil and in a time of affliction.
Hey, that's just like the brother said, coming with the chip, so-called coming with all these benefits. Now, because with the chip, you know what I'm saying, like with the company, I believe it's Wisconsin, they got all their employees a chip. They making it look like it's convenience. You know what I'm saying? When you go on this door has a security lock in it, so you got to have a certain personnel clearance. So, okay, I got my clearance. Nobody can take my chip. Ain't nobody gonna get in the door, so it looks like something secure. Or for your home, what they're coming out with smart homes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But then then in the article they said, well, what if something goes wrong with the chip? Then you get locked in your smart home or some shit like that. Or you locked out of your smart home. Then what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It's a chip. It can all malfunction.
Hey, the guy called Sanders, he made mention in his rant, one of the founders of the chips, you know, of the microchip. He said that they're gonna have to replace the chip. It's not just you being hit with a chip or being incisioned with a chip, and then that's it. The longer the society go on in the fantasy and minds of Esau, what's gonna happen is that they're gonna have to take this chip and plant it with another chip. Because why? They say he's saying something about the battery of the chip, the lifeline of the chip, sort of say. Not to say battery, but the lifeline of the chip don't last as long as a human life, man. You know, so he would say, so basically, you're not gonna be chipped once, you're gonna be chipped with multiple chips, man. And that's according to, if, you know, let me not say if, but that's according to the fantasy in the mind of these Edomites, man. They think their society is gonna go on and everybody's gonna be transhuman, man. This is why brothers, they talking about these different movies, these different TV shows. You know, when you look at Justin Timberlake and In Time, you know, they was living in a time where the cities were blocked off and time actually meant money. When they started to say the saying time is money, you know, Jake say that, yo, time is money, kid. Like, you know, you wasting time, you wasting my money. But in that movie, time was life. Time is money. You know, because why? When the guy would generate a whole bunch of money to his chip, he could live forever because he was rich forever. You know, the one guy in the movie, it's an old flick, so I'm not spoiling it. You had one guy in the movie, he was tired of living forever. He said he wanted to actually die, so he gave Justin Timberlake all of the money. But then it comes with a price, because now they on your ass now because you got all that money. You know, you got all that life to live. You know.
Yeah. Going back to the point, but the brothers mentioned, like with the show College and how they wanted to see, you know, through the poll, like, would you do with the government faction or would you resist? Like how you said, like it's about them classifying you, and what that goes according to what the red list, yellow list, blue list. I forget the classifications. I'm sure you probably know, right?
Yeah.
How it all working out.
Well, the red list is consistent. If you on the red list, they said in Project Megiddo that, you know, they will basically kill you on sight. And if you on the blue list, they were saying that they're gonna come after you after martial law is declared. And if you on the yellow list, you will be taken to an educational camp to basically be chipped and to be reprogrammed with the new world order, you know, the new way of living, you know?
Yeah, hey, and that's crazy. That's why these shows and stuff, it's all to put you in the category. They all do that with us anyway. When you look at it, that's why they take polls for certain things. Or would you be for this and would you be for that? And what, in Australia, when they said, what, 75%, 50%, and they would take the chip for convenience. So they're saying where the people lie. So they know who the ones to come after and how to label you when that time really comes. And then another show, how this brother said with the yellow list, and they're going to re-educate you. What the Hillary Clinton said, that adults should be re-educated.
Yeah.
And then the show Revolt.
Put in camps.
Camps. And then in the show Revolt, Revolution, another show that they canceled, another show with great edification, they was taking kids to re-education camps. And then when they come out, they'll be like zombified. And then a handler will read the number. They would have the number somewhere, maybe underneath their eyelid, maybe underneath their lip. The handler will read the number, then they'll put them straight in the zombie mode. You know what I'm saying? So that shows you that what these things are coming to pass, man. You know? Bring out that second Ezra 15.
Second Ezra 15 and 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Hey, what's that? Hey, Revelation 6, I believe it's like verse 10. Hey, because what? How is the Lord? How is the Lord no longer holding his tongue? He no longer is holding his tongue about us. You know what I'm saying? Luke 1:7, he says what? As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets since the world began. So this is how the Lord is no longer holding his tongue. So when his prophets is out, you better beware. You know what I'm saying? People know when the prophets came up on the scene, it wasn't a good thing, man. People feared the prophets, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you go to the book of Amos, go to Amos real quick, somebody. Amos 7, around like verse 9, it started around like verse 9 or verse 10. And you will see, like, the kings ain't like it when the prophets came around, man. They ain't like it because it wasn't nothing nice. So why do you think we out here, or why do you think that your pastor is doing some bullshit, teaching you nice things, but when the prophets is out, you supposed to fear, man. You supposed to have some fear in your heart, fear in your spirit to know that, yo, the Lord's about to do something terrible upon this earth, man. Well, the book of Amos, you know, the Lord said he bring good and evil to a city. If he had not done it, is it not him? You know, roughly paraphrasing. The Lord do it all, man. You know?
Amos.
Said 7.
Yeah, same one, 7, around like verse 9 or 10. Just start at verse 9 and straight down.
Amos 7 and 9. In the high places of Isaac shall be desolate, and the sanctuaries of Israel shall be laid waste. And I will rise against the house of Jeroboam with the sword.
And this what the prophet was telling Jeroboam. So go ahead.
It says, then Amaziah the priest of Bethel sent to Jeroboam, king of Israel, saying, Amos hath conspired against thee in the midst of the house of Israel. The land is not able to bear all his words.
Hey, you see? So it's like, yo, the prophet Amos, king, he's conspiring against you. Motherfucker, he's relaying the words of the Lord. What are you talking about? He's conspiring against the king. That didn't come from himself. He's not trying to put other people and band them together and start a revolt up against the king. You know what I'm saying? That would be out of order. So it's like, yo, the land can't bear his words. Like, yo, man, we don't want to hear that shit. So go ahead.
Hey, like in Acts the 5th chapter, they said, what they say when I believe it was Peter.
Yeah, no more speak that the Lord's name.
Yeah, they intend to bring the Lord's blood upon us or something like that.
Right.
It says, Amos have conspired against thee in the midst of the house of Israel. The land is not able to bear his words, but thus Amos saith, Jeroboam shall die by the sword, and Israel shall surely be led away captive out of their own land. Also Amaziah said unto Amos, O thou seer, go, flee thee away into the land of Judah, and there eat bread and prophesy there.
So what? He said, yo, seer, go into the land of Judah, man. Go eat, chow down. You know what I'm saying? Get your girl and go prophesy there or something, man. You know, do that shit somewhere else. Go off the block with that, man. But you know what I'm saying? But hey, he bringing out the words of the Lord, man. And that's what we doing, man. Prophesying the downfall of America. That's all what prophets did. I working Jeremiah 28, 8 and 9 real quick. That's what we supposed to do, man. We get into teacher mode after we warn you about the destruction, man. You know what I'm saying? And plus, because everybody keep reiterating the same thing, so we're going to touch on different topics and to edify the people. But the main job of a prophet is to forewarn you of the destruction, of the wickedness and shit that you're doing, and for you to repent. That's the #1 job, man. You know what I'm saying?
This is 28 and 8. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. And the pestilence. It says the prophets which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him.
Okay, so how long your pastors and preachers been preaching a prosperity doctrine? Ain't shit happening for you jakes out here. So you should know he lying. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't sent him, man. Hey, but the things that we talking about, You can see it. You can see it happening. All throughout the slums, the hoods, the ghettos, everything. You can see everything that's going on, man.
You
bro.
You see it throughout the whole world.
Yeah, throughout the whole world, man. Everything that we're talking about through these holy scriptures, it is happening right before your eyes, man. Right before your eyes. You can't tell me that they ain't happening.
Hey, you got sedition among men. That's happening around the world. You know, what's out there in French with the yellow vest. You know, that's sedition among men. They're mad at the government, man. All right, you got earthquakes in diverse places. That's happening faithfully every day, but they don't be talked about as much. You got rumors of wars, which is World War III heaping up, which is going to be brewing sometime soon. You know, they talk about a government shutdown right before the New Year's come in. And we talked about this last week. That's basically to stop you people from receiving them income taxes. You know, because all of a sudden it's going to start right in the beginning of now, or they want to start it now going into next year. That's going to push back you receiving your taxes, man. You know, but either way, it's always a method to the madness, man. You know, it's always prophecies going out. The Lord said his word go out, his word go out, and it never comes back void, you know.
Let the government shut down.
Oh, hey, the main prophecy, which is really the hot prophecy right now, is the microchip, the mark of the beast, man. if they putting it on regular TV like it ain't nothing, man. They're promoting it now. You know, when you go back to the 90s, you go back, you know, before the 2000s, you know, it was, you know, that talk of the microchip being implanted in people was like underground news. It was like that, you know, you learned that because that was some guys on the street, or you read it in a book. It's happening. It's actually happening. You know, out there in Sweden, they said, what, 90% of the people are cashless. A lot of them either chipped, which have a chip in their hand, or they're using a cashless system, you know, where they're not using paper money anymore, man. You know?
India getting rid of cash rules. You know what I'm saying? Going cashless.
So these are prophecies, man. You know, this is how we understand that we know we're in the end times. We don't just say we're in the end times just to say it to spook you out. Ooh, you know, oh yeah, somebody, oh yeah, I know, yeah, we definitely is. No, we can back it up through the scriptures, man. We actually living in that time where the Lord, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, his name is YAHAWASHI, he's gonna make his second return, man. And he's gonna visit Israel for their iniquity. 2/3 of our people gonna get put to death, man. You're a so-called Negro, West Indian, Haitian, Hispanic, Native Simeon from the seed of your father. You're an Israelite, man. You're an Israelite. And if you don't get right with the Most High, the Lord gonna put you to death, plain and simple, man. That's the message. You know?
Jake don't want to hear that, man. Jake is so busy trying to make it here, man. You know? Scripture say, man, that this is not your rest, man, for this polluted. It shall destroy you with its
For destruction, bro.
You know? And Jake is like a hamster on a wheel, man. You're never gonna attain what you're trying to seek for, man. You know, but you need to be seeking this truth and this knowledge, man. You know? You're always trying to make it. You're always trying to chase that white picket fence, man. You know? This place is not built for you, man.
Hey, the economy's about to crash. They talk about a government shutdown, and Trump talking about something it could be for a long time.
Well, they just failed to vote. They failed to vote this past Thursday, right? And it says here on Fox News, 800,000 government workers may need financial assistance as shutdown continues. The U.S. Office of Personnel Management has advised government employees won't be paid to reach out to creditors for alternative payments. You know, so basically they failed on Thursday to vote on a resolution, and now at least 800,000 workers will be, and it'll affect the taxes, like you said.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the thing, see, and with that, that's just one I say tree branch.
Yeah.
Right? On top of that, Homeland Security, what was it called? The NJCA? I forgot what it was. But basically government. It's government. They've been putting a post out saying that the American people need to stockpile and get and be ready for an actual outage. And it's telling you, and you got all these doomsday preppers, they looking for that shit. They've been looking for it. But the government is telling you this, so something's gonna happen. Trump saying that the government shutdown is gonna be for a long time. You can't be ignorant of this knowledge. Now, if it don't take place, cool, but that's what you call being a watchman. not being ignorant of Satan's devices. But if it go down, 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. Baba Kashak, can I get a scripture real quick? Yeah, get that real quick. Because the Lord already forewarned us. So when it go down, it's not going to take us as a thief, man. We see what is coming. We know the time we're living in. So all that money chasing on YouTube, all the YouTubers, money chasing, you know, I'll be watching them guys, man. You know, I'll be learning a little bit how that system works, you know, how their minds be working, you know. You got all this stuff going on, like you said about chasing money. You can't chase money if the stores are shut down, you know. Hey, government shutdown, that affects the DMV. That affects, I believe, banks, if I'm not mistaken. What was it else that was shut down at the time of government? It's a lot of things. The SSI, you know, federal, yeah, you know. So that's a big deal. It's a big deal. But go ahead.
1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you.
See, so the Lord is telling us, brethren, because notice he said, brethren. Those election that's following the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. That's in line with the scriptures, holding it to the best of their ability, man. He said, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Because a lot of people, they think that the Most High got to deal with you by talking to you or coming into you in a dream. The Lord can do whatever he likes. He can do whatever he wants. But what the Lord did do is put his word in the scriptures. And he made it into a way where in order to get this truth, you got to be taught by a teacher. So it's really kind of one way to get it. There's only one way to get it. Is that the spirit, the Lord open your spirit up, and then you see with your eyes, and you hear with your ears. So now the spirit is enlightening you, but you see it with your eyes, your teachers, and you hearing with your ears the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You know? Well, go ahead.
For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall cometh as a thief in the night.
So we know perfectly, like on the teeth. We know. We start with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, men on down, scattered through the four corners of the earth, teaching the word of sincerity and truth with 100% doctrine. We know perfectly that the Lord comes as a thief in the night, man. So all this planning that Esau's doing, you got guys that'll say, oh, y'all just fear mongering, or that's fear porn. Y'all been saying this for years. When it ever's gonna happen? When it happens, it's gonna take you like a thief. Oh shit, what's going on? Why is this? They can't do this. What, you gonna go down to your city hall and you're gonna protest? You know, the military troops gonna be out here. While you doing that, somebody gonna be robbing your house. You know?
The scripture told us to Habakkuk, though it tarry, wait for it, man. When it shall come, it shall not tarry. You know? So we know it's gonna come regardless.
And the longer that the government stays shut off, if it comes down to that, the longer it will affect more and more government jobs, man. Police gonna get laid off. If I'm not mistaken, there was something on, there was 911 being cut off.
Yeah,
I was watching Ricky from Boston. Yeah. Richie from Boston. Oh, y'all said that?
There's a nationwide 911 shutoff, but particularly in Washington State, they were saying about. But it was nationwide. It was an internet shutdown.
See? So imagine 911 being cut off. You know these goony goons, these lagoons, these baboons, you know, these monkeys out here, these niggas in the hood, oh, they gonna take advantage, man. They gonna wild out of the You remember the time, I don't know if guys remember, here in Newark, about a couple of years ago, there was a police strike. And I remember the police was downtown teaching when we was down there. And I remember they were saying all these police officers are getting laid off or they were going on a strike. And then what these niggas do? They turned up in this city, this wicked ass city. These niggas actually got on the bus and hijacked the bus because they knew no police was gonna bother them, man. And I was like, yo, these niggas are really crazy. So I already understand the glimpse of them they shutting off 911 wherever it may be, you know? Niggas are crazy, man.
8-second Israel, they shall not regard their kings and their princes.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. So this prophecy, but go ahead, huh?
For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
So when you say peace and safety, sudden destruction gonna come upon you niggas, man. You're gonna think you're gonna be in good case because remember, we learned that FEMA couple of weeks back, article came out that FEMA purchased microchips. What's that about? That's a disaster company. That's supposed to be an organization that's supposed to help you in a time of need, man. To help you with refuge, man, water, food. You know, when it's a crisis going on, a storm or anything, man, they come to the rescue. You know.
You got Blue Cross Blue Shield. There's another one that supposedly come to your rescue, man. All right, you have the NATO troops who come over here. When shit get bad, they come to your rescue. But even over there, it was something that happened over there in Haiti, to where it was an article that came out that they were actually raping the girls over there, man. So when they say peace and safety, man.
Yeah, because you're gonna think it's gonna be peace and safety when they come, but they're gonna be offering you microchips. They're gonna be offering this. They're gonna be offering you the mark of the beast, man, and you're gonna take it. Go ahead, Doc.
Then sudden destruction cometh upon them. I'm reading it again. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Ooh, you hear that, man? That's gonna be wailing. That's gonna be gnashing with teeth. That's gonna be because how a woman have a baby? I hate you, motherfucker. You ain't shit.
They say that's the worst way.
But that's what's gonna be happening to these jakes when sudden destruction come upon them, man. You're gonna be vexed in the spirit, man.
That's why you have Jakes got to get out of that clutch your pearl spirit, man. Because they feel like the government you can't do this.
Yep.
This is why the Social Security they're gonna be armed, man.
Yep.
They're gonna be armed, man. That's why they bought all those hollow point bullets, man. All of these government agencies, man, that give out your little freebies and stuff, man. The nigga woman can't go run down to the local spot down here to get the SNAP benefits and wild out and try to tear it up, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna put it down, man.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, because that lines up with Isaiah 32. When all this stuff goes down, guess who the Lord putting in order as well? He's getting the women to be in order, man. Because now you're gonna have to find a man that's gonna actually have to be a hedge over you, man. It could be a nigga out here with 40 guns in his house. You might look at him as refuge for a moment, man. Until he get gunned down and never come back home, and now you in the house with all these guns, but you ain't got no protection, but you don't know how to use a gun. What you gonna do? Try to go out and make trade? You gonna get raped, man. You know how many women, when women try to go and buy a car, if you got cousins or little sisters, what you do? I'll go with you, because you already know how the car salesman gonna try to do a dirty. He gonna try to beat her over the head and give a sponge card, man. A lemon. So what you do? You be like, look, it's all what you tell a woman. Make sure a man go with you, because he won't try that shit if you there, So women, you always the weaker vessel, man.
The only thing they gonna have to trade is that box, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing they gonna. It was like, I got some box macaroni and cheese for you. You know what I'm saying? Food and shelter. Box macaroni and cheese. Food and shelter.
And guess what? You women giving up that box. That is your destruction. All right? Because you're gonna give your box up to one of these niggas out here in that time, and you're gonna be sealed for death, man. Then you're gonna have the elect women giving that box up to one of the men of the Lord, sealed for salvation, man. Check that out.
You had over there in Venezuela with prominent women, doctors, lawyers. They giving, they selling pussy, man. So how much more the average, and these women, hey, they selling pussy, what I'm saying, right now. So imagine how much more in that day, man. It's gonna come a time where you gotta come up with more than that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because that shit
I ain't gonna want none of you right now.
Exactly.
You probably hardly gonna be able to take a shower just like in Revolution, yo. You know what I'm saying? They barely had water. They give a low ass bucket and a rag. Like, you bitch dirty and you still want that shit. The only shit gonna fall off, who's gonna turn green. You're gonna die from an infection, bro.
Hey, precept for you, real quick one. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 20 and verse 23. The glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the vows, and it shall come to pass, instead of sweet smell, there shall be steak.
Fish.
And instead of a girdle of rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness. And instead of stomacher, a girdling, a sack of cloth, and burning instead of beauty.
So that goes to show, man. Ain't gonna be able to get a touch up, do your edges, get your little doobies. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. Change your pads. You know what I'm saying? When that time comes, you know what I'm saying? None of that, man. It's gonna be fucking a rotten bomb walking around, fucking rotten egg. Ain't nobody gonna want that. Your ass gonna fucking will. I ain't worried about that shit like that.
And you know something? This one chick hearing that, you know, not hearing the scripture, she don't probably know the scripture, but talking about them times and having to survive. The first thing that came out her mouth was that, I hope I'm not on my days when that time comes. And I was like, that's the spirit. Because she already knew. Wasn't reading the scripture, it was just talking about the times. But she just said out her mouth, I hope I'm not on my moon in that time. Because why? They're gonna be like this, man.
Because that's a hard way to go, man. You know, in them times, man. It's at many years age, so you're in trouble, man. You wouldn't be careless with it, man. You know, and the first thing she's thinking about is cleanliness, man. You know, that's gonna be a damn afterthought, man. You just trying to survive on a daily basis, man. You know, that's gonna be first and foremost, though, man. All the other maintenance type of mentality is gonna go out the window, man. That's what brother was talking about, man. You know, head jumps, get nails done. You know, that's gonna go all out the window, man. And you're gonna truly see how in order it is, man. You're gonna see how you are gonna be in place in society, man.
Right.
You know, you're gonna go to your natural estate, man, or where you're supposed to be, man. You know,
Gotta appreciate.
And I knows the secret for women not to have their cycle when that time comes.
Oh,
but I ain't giving it to you bitches.
Hell no.
Because the wicked woman might get it. I don't want them to get these Jews, man.
Come on. I got some right quick. This is oh yeah, but in that movie 12 Years a Slave, remember Esau didn't let the Jake take a shower, and she said she was throwing up because of her own smell, man. But that's even if you last that long, because you only got 3 days to go without water. And so they still got to find water. If they able to find water until they last that long, they're going to be throwing up from their own smell, man. But this is 1 Maccabees chapter 25, Slakia. 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse 25. Says, therefore, there was a great mourning in Israel in every place where they were, so that the princes and the elders mourned. The virgins, Shalawam. It says the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. So that beauty is gonna get changed, man. They're gonna turn hairy, especially northern. They be extra hairy, some of them. You know, they're not gonna be able to shave, and they're gonna be smelling, and their hair is gonna fall out due to stress, and they're not gonna be as pretty as they once was, man.
Oh yeah.
Shit's already pretty now because of fucking makeup, man.
I was just about to say that.
Only because of makeup.
And why they gonna look terrible even then? Because that makeup gonna be off their face. That makeup dry your face out, man. You wearing that makeup all yeah, you've been wearing that makeup since your grandmother or your nana taught you how to put that makeup on. You've been wearing it since you was in high school or elementary school. Now you like 30-something years old. You can't go without makeup. So imagine you looking in that day without makeup. Your face is now leaning down, dry. Where your beauty at? You know, where's that glow to your face, man? And half alone the bullshit food you eating. You got a lot of women that like to smoke weed and shit. You know?
All that crying they gonna be doing and shit too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, that's another thing too, because when a woman on her period, she get extra emotional, man. You're gonna have to work past being emotional and shit, which that's hard for a woman to do nowadays. So imagine how much more then, man. Shit, like right now, that's why we, practice fasting and stuff like that, because you can't just in that day, you can't just think that some of your head's gonna switch to where you can adapt. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adapt now. So people ain't trying to do that, man.
That's right. It's better to get right now than later because you're working if you're rehearsing, man. You know, you're not gonna get it perfectly, but you're rehearsing. So the Lord sees your He sees your sincerity. He sees that you're striving, man. That's all the Lord wants. There's nothing to the Lord to save us. It's nothing for the Lord to snap his fingers and how you deliver, but he want to see you strive. Want to see you care for something, man. Be spiritual. and most importantly, care for YAHAWASHI, man, who laid his life down for your stupid ass, man. You know? Shit.
Hey, like your brother said, hey, when you feel something buzzing, word, man. Hey,
Oh.
brothers be fasting, brothers be prepared, man.
Yeah.
You know, brothers spiritual fast, going to ask you little diets, what brothers did like about a month. You know what I'm saying? This brother did about a month before, you know what I'm saying? You know, I do my days and stuff like that, you know, hey, brothers be prepared, man. It's nothing. You can just go with water and be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and the thing is, you know, it's the hump from coming from the world, you know, because fasting, you want to keep that to yourself with the Lord. But the point that the matter, the brother said that, was it's the hump of getting over that you can actually go without food. Most people can't even go. The thought of going without food, they say, I ain't eat all day. I got a headache because I ain't eat. I got a headache. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I got a little migraine because I ain't eat nothing. Yo, let me get something to eat real quick. You got a headache because you didn't eat? Nah, nigga, you ain't drink no water. You ain't got no oxygen in your brain. You just ain't drink no water. Yeah.
Cranky, aggravated.
Yeah.
You know?
Ambassadors trying to get something to eat, you know, trying to take the edge off the headache or something, you know.
Plus, as soon as you start not having, you know what I'm saying, like liquids or anything in your body, period, your body starts slowly but surely through the hours to kick into the detox mode. So now you do get a headache. It's because you're not feeding your body with bullshit. So now your body is trying to cleanse yourself of the information. That's why you get the headache, you fucking idiot. You go back and shove some more pork chops down your damn throat, and you're like, oh, my headache gone. Yeah, I needed them pork chops. No, you need to clean your goddamn self.
And if you can't go a day without eating, you ain't got no faith, man. That means you don't have no faith. You know?
You go down. So go down. Get back to that second.
Like at 2nd Ezra 15:9, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? While the brother get that, this is exciting times, man. You know, brothers be down, brothers be going, catching infirmities, getting sick, going through shit. But really, when you look back, man, it's a beautiful time to be living in, man. Because we're actually living through the manifestation of Esau's kingdom falling, man. Slowly but surely, it's falling, man. His kingdom is never going back to being a great kingdom as it once was, man, a few years ago. We're actually seeing his kingdom deteriorate bit by bit, man. You know, just like Rome fell.
So, Revelation chapter 6, verse 8.
This could go into how it said, like, the souls of the just complaining continually unto the Lord. So it's like it's time for the Lord to visit the earth. The Lord, like, I heard enough of the crying and the pain and suffering of people on the earth in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. And when I opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High, for the testimony which they held.
Hey, so that shows that some brothers are going to have to be martyrs for the Lord, man. It happened during old times, you know what I'm saying? Men of old died, and then YAHAWASHI, you know what I'm saying? And it's happening in the present time, you know? And the elders, you know, that were before our apostles and elders, you know what I'm saying? That passed on and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? The one that's up in age now, 3 years, 4 years, you know, they might be about it here, you know what I'm saying? Like the few older elders that was above the apostles, they might, you know what I mean? The Lord might take them out of it, you know what I'm saying? Let them rest until he make the second return, you know what I'm saying? So what the souls of the just constantly complaining about, you know?
Verse 10. and they cried with a loud voice, saying,
So what?
That's what the
Hey,
lights
so
are.
this is
That's
letting
what
you
these
know
lights are.
that the spirit world is real. The fourth dimension is real. So you got
Just
those
right there.
souls up there. So when you die, what? This proves that when you die, you're not just dead.
Right.
You lose your life before this earth, you're not just dead.
It's on 30.
You know what I'm saying? Your body disintegrated, you know what I'm saying? And your spirit is going up into the heavens. So you in that spiritual realm, in that spiritual realm, when you're crying, you're making your complaints unto the Lord, you get your judgment from the Lord before you come back down on earth, so on and so forth. The whole reincarnation thing, all of that, man. So you're not completely gone. So why the fuck are you talking about YAHAWAH?
Right.
You only live once. Well, it clearly here, what your soul is still alive in the spirit world, man. You ain't go nowhere. You know what I mean? You just transfer from different realms, different dimension. That's all. I mean, go ahead.
verse 10, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? And white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled.
Hey, so what? It's more brothers that gotta lose their life in the word, you know what I'm saying? Being a martyr for YAHAWASHI. And it's clearly tell you that those souls are alive, because it said that it was said to them. So you're not going to talk to nobody that's dead, right? You're going to be talking to a living soul, a spirit. You know, so they had a dialogue. They constantly, oh Lord, how can this longer? You got to sit here and, you know, and be in the spirit world, man. Well, how long before we avenge? You know, like, hold on, just a little bit longer. Like, yeah, hold on, my nigga, I'm around for you. Hold on, my nigga, I'm around for you. When we bow on our enemy, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all playing, plotting, strategize, man. That's what the Lord is doing, playing, plotting, and strategizing, man. You know what I'm saying? Using worldly terms, you know, so take the picture, man, you know?
And not only was he giving them words of encouragement, though, he gave them white robes, man.
Right.
So they had bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, yeah, y'all missed that one, yeah. Beautiful, rock, beautiful.
At the spiritual body.
Yeah, that was the point, though. But you can go back to second Ezra.
Back at second Ezra, 15 to 10. It says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them down to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Hey, the Lord said, what? I will no longer suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. But hold on. Ezra was after Egypt. So what Egypt are they talking about?
Right.
Modern day Egypt. Babylon the Great. America. The land of bitterness. Okay? The land of the slaves. It's not the home of the free.
The land,
You know what I'm saying?
the land of the slaves, the home of the gays.
Word, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the land of our captivity. It was brought over here to captivity. You know what I'm saying? So what? The Lord no longer going to suffer us to dwell here in Egypt, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before.
Smite Egypt with plagues as before. Egypt then received those second round of plagues like how they did before. So what is it talking about? It's talking about America. America got to be hit with plagues just as old Egypt was hit with plagues, man. The famine in the land, that's a part of the plagues. You know what I'm saying? People dying and stuff, that's a part of the plagues. The nuclear missile, that's the ultimate plagues. The pestilence, the diseases, you know what I'm saying? That's a part of the plagues. All of that, man. And when all of these different things start to happen, it's going to be a trickle down effect. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see infestations of bugs and worms and stuff, just how it was in old Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Wild beasts and stuff coming out of their places and stuff like that. This is all a part of the plagues and the pestilences, man. All a part of it, man. People getting boils and sores and stuff from rotten blankets and rotten this and, you know what I'm saying, eating rotten food and shit like that. That's gonna be running rampant in America, man. They ain't gonna want to touch no goddamn body. Shit gonna be so bad out here, man.
Breathing in the air, you might die.
Yeah. Blow it up.
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that God shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail.
But the farmers, all the farmers, I mean the ones that planting and growing things, the seed shall fail. You know?
That's happening now, because now everything is based off GMOs, man. You know, these corporations, companies that hijack the farmers and making actually growing real crops. So now basically everything is GMOs, man. So they've been crying out. I remember there was we talked about this before. There was reports and articles on how the government used military force on farmers, man. Raided them as if they had guns and drugs. You know, with a SWAT team. Broke down the door, came and arrested people because they found a GMO seed on their soil in which didn't come from them. And it came from the planes that was flying above them, man. You know?
That shows you how Monsanto's like a mafia, so to speak, man.
Yep.
You know? And how they're taking over all these so-called organic farms. These farms that have pure growth, you know? And so where if you find a Monsanto seed on your property, man, we're gonna seize your property.
Yeah.
And that was how they were able to take over a lot of the land.
Hey, you said growth. I was thinking of growth hormones. You know, if it's not GMOs, they giving certain chemicals for growth hormones in certain animals, man. Like, come on, man. So your food is defiled, man. Hey, that's that scripture. Children shall eat defiled bread amongst the Gentiles. Yeah.
What was the last point you just said?
I said growth hormones. He said growth, and it reminded me of growth hormones in which Esau is implanting these different animals like fish, chickens, any animal, you name it, man.
Monsanto. Because what it is, it's all about that spread, man. It's all about that cheese, that cheddar bob. When you watch What the Health, they let you know that it's all about money, man. You know what I'm saying? The National Cancer Association, the Medical Association, all these different health people and stuff like that, they getting bread, you know what I'm saying? Craft products. They sending when the presidents and all that stuff they be elected, who's they getting elected by? They getting elected by these companies and corporations and who backs them. Whoever gives them more money is more favors. Remember I was showing brothers the black Jake, Dr. Claude Anderson, he was bringing all that edification. And one great thing he said, that voting doesn't work for black people, right? And voting is a system called quid pro quo, meaning things that you need to go through for your company can go through. So it's something for something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how Monsanto's working. They giving the government hello bread. So what? They getting to regulate the new food standard that's going to be here. And that's beautiful for the government. They like, boom, GMOs are bad for the people. We doing the research, but we gonna feed them this information and lie to them, butter them up, and make them think it's more convenient and it's better for them. And look, you don't have to worry about your stuff dying. You don't have to worry about bugs eating it, because if the bugs try to eat it, they're gonna eat it and they're gonna die.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because with the corn is, you don't eat corn any fucking way. Shit don't digest in your system. You eat corn, man, and you know what it do to you, you're a nigga. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Period. You just eat corn and you just like, yeah, this shit good. It don't fucking digest, man. It don't have no benefit to it. With the corn, right? They put something into it called Bacillus thuringiensis, so that, and it's a chemical, so that as soon as the bugs come onto it and they even attempt to bite into it, they die on spot. You know what I'm saying? And so that leaves all the other bugs and stuff to flee away from it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna die from it. Corn is nothing but death. It serves you no benefit. No benefit. Shit is cream corn, that shit is good. Butter, that shit good in the motherfucker. But it's death.
Right.
It's pure fucking death.
It's like cheese.
Yeah.
Never eat cheese again, yo.
Yeah, cheese, man. You know what I'm saying? The fucking worst thing. That's why I'm all fucked up with cheese. You see me up there over here, hawk spitting. I can't fucking stop with all that inflammation. That shit drain it from the head, man. That's what causes all Alzheimer's. Anything dealing with the brain is all all the whole body period is all inflammation, man. And this is all due to Esau pushing, allowing these wicked ass companies to push all of this bullshit to us and fucking us up, man. That's why once again on What the Health, when dude questioned that guy from that corporation, he was fucking stutter-stepping. I'm not going to get into this. I'm not going to argue with you. He wasn't arguing. He asked you a goddamn question. You couldn't answer it because you would have been caught up in your lies and your bullshit. So you stormed out. Simple as that.
And meanwhile, in Europe, it's known to be banned GMOs over there.
Exactly.
How can a whole country ban GMOs and then you got over here? It's normal, man. Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that's allowed over here in America, they won't allow over on them other sides, man. That's why like when you go into like your stores and stuff like that, you get olive oil. If you get the little bullshit, you're gonna fucking die. You get Greek or Mediterranean olive oil. That's the good one that you get. Because you know it's coming from over there, it's of good quality. Right. That's where that stuff originates from. And they not putting all that, they don't allow all none of that bullshit. So if you go over there, you see some noodles and stuff like that. You know, whole wheat noodles is not really good and shit like that. But their noodles over there is still better and a better quality. So if you go to the supermarket, you get shit that's all, you know what I mean, like Greek or Mediterranean shit. Get that compared to the American made shit. You know what I'm saying? Get stuff that's made on the other side of the world, man. They got more integrity about the things that they put into their stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know?
And they show us in glass bottles as well.
They have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant, which we know to be Israelites. But this also goes hands with Esau because he did the same as well. You know, he's broken every law of basically mankind, you know, of nature. He's going against nature. So verse 6, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
It said what the earth is defiled because of the inhabitants thereof. So what the people, and who is the main person, who is the prime suspect? Esau, man. You fucking devils, man. You the prime suspect, man. The Lord gave us dietary laws for a fucking reason, man. For our benefit. You go to fuck up the earth, man.
Bro, I just got that screen.
God damn.
I was just going to
So you going and
just got
fucking
that
up
shit,
the earth.
please, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord set these things up for a reason, man. To have a land Sabbath is for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It's for a reason, to let the earth breathe. You know what I'm saying? Let the oils and the natural exuberances of the earth saturate itself again, man. To get itself back right again, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, pay attention to the. So let everything, you know what I'm saying, get right, man. Period. Pay attention to the things that's, you know what I'm saying, you putting into your body. Pay attention to all of that stuff, man. It's all important, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, this is why the Lord is going to destroy you Edomites, man, from top to bottom, man. Because like the brother said, when you look at that documentary, What the Health, they all cahoots with each other, man. So you can have your everyday Joe Schmo that may live next door to you, man. He's working for the agenda, man. He's doing the bidding, man, of destroying the people, man. You know, of pushing that garbage on the people, man. And they know this, man. But Esau's such a damn devil, man. He don't even care about his own welfare, man. Here it is, the chemtrails going crazy today because it was a clear day. You know, you see it right there, the X in the sky right now for the chemtrail right there, man. You know, you see, and they gotta breathe in the same air, man. You know, and that's some Joe Schmo, okay, that may live. He might live in the next town over from you, man. You know, that's driving those planes. You know, that's making a good wage of doing it. So doing it, you know.
That's my asshole. second. Go back to the second Ezra. Let me just continue. You know, just to still speak on the food so the brother get the scripture. You know what I'm saying? Like one good thing for Jake out there to know. You know what I'm saying? Like your flowers and stuff like that, like whole wheat flowers. If you can, stay away from the whole wheat flour because there's nothing right about whole wheat. The real wheat is spelt, teff, amaranth, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And when you look on the packages, it'll say wheat on it. Why? Because that's the real wheat. Or if you look on spelt, it might say Corazon wheat. That's real wheat right there, man. Rye, that's real. When you look in the scriptures, I can't think of the exact one, but it's a few of them. The scriptures call rye. And when you look up rye and you get into it, it tell you that it's spelt. The spelt is a form of rye. You know what I'm saying? So you can mess with rye flour, spelt flour, these different things. You mess with those things that's naturally that the Most High created. So once again, going to that scripture, the earth is defiled because of the inhabitants thereof. Part of, give me Leviticus 19 and 19.
Hey, brothers gotta get up on that spelt waffles, man. Hey, man. They on point, you know. This is a very simple recipe, man. Simple, you know. And it's easy, quick to make, man. All you need is a little hot iron waffle maker. That's it, man. You can spelt waffles, man. You can go.
Just making them batter, just how you make pancake batter, same shit. Get your little waffle maker. You know what I'm saying? Make pancakes, same thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to say something.
Leviticus 19 and 19. You shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with the diverse kind. Thou shalt sow thy field with mingled. Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed. Neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come unto thee.
Right, so Esau what? Mixing things together. You know what I'm saying? How it said mixing the seed and stuff like that. So Esau is mixing these different foods out here, fucking up the natural exuberance of the earth. So when you do that, you knock off the earth's natural chemistry, the earth's natural balance, man. Because to mix things, you gotta put a binder with it, and binders is starch. So if anybody's talking about starchy foods, the fact that you mentioned starchy foods, whatever starchy foods you're talking about, you know that shit is chemical based. You know that shit was man-made. Rice, white rice, yellow rice, brown rice, black rice, starchy foods. The only natural rice that the Most High made was wild rice. You know what I'm saying? So when stuff don't have that natural chemistry, it's not an actual whole food. A whole food is something that the Most High made. The Most High can only make whole foods that is suitable for our bodies, period. Esau can't create nothing that's perfectly suitable for our bodies. It's going to throw off some type of chemical imbalance, man. It's going to fuck us up in the long run. Because it had to have that starch binder. The starch is acid, and acid destroys the body, man. It's plain and simple. Give me Proverbs 14 and 6 real quick. Because what I learned is, and Apostle Moore always said, you know, it's like the ways of the Most High are plain, the ways of the Most High are simple. And when you really see it, it really is, it's not that difficult. It's not that complex at all. When you just get some basic understanding. But Esau, the devil that he is, and his ambiguous ass language, he has to make things complicated, man. X, Y, Z's and this, that, and the third to confuse you, to make you feel dumber than what you really are. When our people, shit is simple, man. They use all these different terms, scientific terms, to try to explain something. They're talking plain English. You know what I'm saying? Or they use the words layman's terms. Because they using all these different terms to confuse the people, man. Make you think it's some outrageous, outlandish shit. You know what I'm saying? Bring that out real quick.
Alright. That's why nobody watch like CNN, man. They be using crazy words. Yeah. Underground news, they get to the point, you know. Yeah. They're not crazy. CNN want to use all these words to throw you off, man. Now you don't really know what's going on.
Be direct. They want to leave you in a cloud of mystery. You You know what I'm saying? And I'll come to find out too that most people that gets so-called diagnosed with cancer by your doctors and stuff, they really don't have cancer. They may have a tumor, but or something to that effect. But the way that the cells is breaking down, it's getting towards a form of cancer, but it don't exactly be cancer. So a lot of people get diagnosed with cancer before they even have the shit. And they put people on chemo ASAP before they even technically get cancer, man. So they killing you, man.
Proverbs 14:6. It's corner. It says it's corner.
Sanitation. One second, I can understand sanitation shit. What is the fucking word?
Say this shit is extra long too.
Yeah. Hey, the lights is like crazy on the camera. The lights, yeah. I was rubbing it and stuff.
Working out?
Nah. I mean, it's good, but if you want to look at it right quick.
Turn on and shit.
See the light?
What's wrong?
The glare and stuff. That's all right, though?
Yeah, so, what's my point?
Cancel you so much.
How Esau make everything more complicated than it really has to be.
Yeah, bring out that scripture.
Proverbs 14:6. A scorner seeketh wisdom and findeth it not, but knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth.
Exactly. Scorn to seek wisdom and find if it not. So all people that's trying to really find out shit, they're not finding shit. But knowledge is easy to him that understandeth. Meaning what? If the Lord impart the understanding unto you, it's easy to get this, man. You know what I'm saying? I would have never known nothing about true health if it wasn't for the Lord. And then the Lord used men upon the earth to show me the ways and the avenues, you know what I'm saying, to know what good health is and how to help me help myself. How to try to help other people and other brothers and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? With things or situations and stuff that they may be going through, man. True health comes from the Most High. Whole health comes from the Most High. Whole foods come from the Most High. Everything that's whole comes from the Most High. Everything Esau creates is a fuck up, man. Period. But with that big ass shit they made, the fucking liger that can't even survive out in the wild by goddamn self. A lion mixed with a liger, a tiger, what them shits was like 600, 900 pounds or some shit like that. They said they couldn't put them on the wild, they can't survive because they so big they can't move as agile as the normal animals would, man. The normal tiger, the normal lion would, man. That's an abomination. The Lord spoke out against these things. These are the things that are defiling the earth, man. All these different wicked ass creations, these are the things that are defiling the earth, man. So the earth can't ever be right as long as the devil is in power, and you gotta fucking go, man.
This is your modern day Frankenstein, man. You know, and you got these jakes and these other people out here, man, that can't see this man being a damn devil, man. They can't see the elephant in the room. Here it is, the elephant's in the room, but they want, when they go to the supermarket, they want to look on the side of packages and look at the ingredients, man, and they don't even know why they do it. You know, like the brother said, man, the food is supposed to be wholesome and whole. It's simple, you know, not with different ingredients to where it got these scientific words on it, man, you know. And we gotta find out and check out what these words mean, man. But if it has those basic chemicals in there, it's no good.
Yeah, I should have brought my tablet and shit. I was going to show, but I took certain pictures of certain stuff, like walking through certain stores, so you can actually see when stuff was good. Like if you go to Whole Foods, everything in Whole Foods ain't right neither. Most stuff that say organic really ain't fucking organic. You know what I'm saying? But like one thing, like you go in Whole Foods, right? Breads. This is how you know a real bread. They put the bread in the freezer. Why? Because real bread, if you don't put no chemicals into that shit, it's no preservatives, but it's not gonna last that long. So they got a brand, I forgot the name of the company. It's something bakery, and they got real spelt bread, you know what I'm saying, up in the freezer. Shit's like fucking $8 a loaf, but hey, shit, once in a while, you know what I mean, buy that shit, you know what I'm saying, make your own bread, stuff like that. But they put that shit in the freezer because that's the actual good bread. You know what I'm saying? They got the pie, make shit out the shit. And the extra good shit that's sitting inside of there, man. You know, like you said, people looking at the back of the ingredients, mono, tridiglycerides, titanium, bread 40.
Titanium plate.
Titanium.
Like what? Titanium? Why you got petroleum jelly in this shit? You got gasoline in my shit? Like what the fuck is this? I'm putting this shit in my body? Nah, man. Yeah, purple dye number 5. So what's number 4? What's number 3? What's number 2? What's number 1? What kind of dyes is those? You know what I'm saying? Is that hair dye? Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Esau is one big ass abomination, man. Try to tell people the right way about things. What? This is how you know it's true. We know about health. We know about history. We know about the spirit world. We know about the world to come. We know about the world in the past. We know it all. We know 100% truth through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. And now the main thing is telling you what's present and things that come to the future in these prophecies, man. That's second entrance.
This is second entrance, chapter 15, verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Oh no, he was further down.
All right.
Like 13.
Got it? All right. This is, I'm going to read it again. This is second entrance, chapter 15, verse 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful consolation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands.
For people's destruction draweth nigh. Well, one people going to be up against another people. You understand what? That shit, the race wars with swords in their hands, man. What? With weapons. And I don't see nobody pulling out no fucking nunchucks and a fucking samurai sword, right? So what? They gonna be pulling out guns, man. AKs, shotties, 223s. You know what I'm saying? All type of stuff, man. You know, Jake's got grenades and rocket launchers in the fucking ghettos of Chicago. How you got a rocket launcher in the hood, man? A rocket launcher.
Thanks to Esau.
Esau, man. We don't got none of that, man. So how I get over here? Psalms 119:95, the wicked have waited for me to destroy me. They set us up, man. Then lock us up for this shit, man. The people ain't ready for all of this, man. And all the stuff that we saying, you know what I'm saying, it's going one ear and out the other, man. That's why this is only for the elect, the small, the few, chosen. You know what I'm saying?
Right? Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Exactly. Once again, going into how we were talking about the show Colony, then when it classified, you said you're going to be with the resistance or you're going to be with us. So when that time comes, hey, you know, it's going to be a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, that ain't for the government bullshit, and that's a part of them wanting to take the guns away from people. Gun buyback programs. Oh, you bring it in, you ain't got to tell us where you got it from or none of that shit. What's the purpose of that? To disarm the people. The whole Second Amendment was based upon bearing arms. Is really for Esau. They have the right to bear arms. We technically don't have the right to bear arms. That was a setup for us, man. Because when they really set it up, and with the militia and all of that, every white male from the age of 12 and up was supposed to be taught how to shoot a gun and to own a gun, and to police their neighborhoods and their towns so that black people don't get those guns in their hands. You know what I'm saying? To keep us away from everything. That's what it was set up for. The whole Constitution, all the different things were set up for Esau's benefit, not for our benefit, man. So when this country talk about the forefathers, it ain't got shit to do with us. It's your wicked ass forefathers that set up this place. We're talking the founding fathers and what this country was built on. This country was built off our fucking backs, man. Our blood, sweat, and tears, our labor, our toil. Y'all kicking our backs in, our mothers' backs in, raping our moms and shit like that, man. Raping our grandmoms. You know what I'm saying? Having them all up in the house. You know what I'm saying? Probably fondling us when we was little boys or some shit during those times, man. Come on, man. This country ain't shit, man.
Nah.
Let alone what the brother's talking about too is even the wars, man. We hear this, but we the second-class citizens, man. You know, and Jake being so gullible, thinking that they're gonna come home from the war and they're gonna be received of Esau, man. And Esau said, man, you still a nigga. You know, that don't mean nothing. You know that you came before the war. Okay, then, but we gonna still treat you this all the same. Don't think nothing changed. See, right? It says, verse 17, and man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Because the city's gonna be blocked off, man. You're gonna have them checkpoints all around. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be what's that fucking shit? It's gonna be like quarantine or some shit like that. Shit's gonna be blocked off, man. You're gonna have a certain type of clearance or something to get from one place to another. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how it was in colony too. You had to have a reason. They called them blocks in colony, blocks. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole section. It could be like 2 or 3 towns. It's just like one block. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how they have it in jail cell. Hey, in jail they call them cell blocks. You know what I'm saying? So Esau might have some cell blocks, man. You know what I'm saying? Going into the whole FEMA grid, FEMA's going to be divided. The FEMA region's going to have 11 FEMA regions, man. That's in the scriptures, man. Revelation 11 chapter. The Lord talks about it being 10, but Esau, being the slick devil he is, trying to offset prophecy, added in the extra region for FEMA to try to throw off prophecy, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. We recognize that shit, man. It said, America shall be shared, the place shall be divided into 10 parts. And when you look at the FEMA region, you can clearly see that it pertains to that. They just extended it an extra one, man. So,
It says, right? Verse 18, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled.
For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. All because you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans didn't want to listen to the prophets, man. You know what I'm saying? For your pride, the city shall be troubled. Instead of you being prepared and armed with the word of the Lord and knowing how to expect these things that's coming and to prepare yourself somewhat, and then ultimately backed by faith, you're going to be troubled, man. Like no other. So you deserve that shit, man. Go ahead.
The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So truly, is a man really going to be able to protect a woman in that day? Think about it. No. Government troops, you going to be able to protect your woman? No. If they want to rape your woman, and you got 3 skinhead Edomites with their red, pale ass faces coming up all over your grill, you think you're going to be able to do something? No. They're going to hold you down, and you're going to have to sit there and watch your woman get gangbanged by a bunch of sailors, man. That's right. Hey, a prime example is the movie, it's not American Me. Yeah, American Me. Is it American Me? Yeah, with La M. The Mexican Mafia. Yeah, it's American Me. That's the movie right there. When the main guy, he learned about how his father had it, because he said to his father, because he was in and out of prison, he said, I don't know what it is that always made me hate you, so that made you hate me, or what did I did, and then he explained to him what had happened. He was like, yo, you know that one of those sailors that raped his mom, that sailor's blood is in his veins, and he wasn't the father. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
He wasn't the father. And when the man that he thought was his father, you know what I'm saying, told him the story, they went into a tattoo shop, him and his boy, to go get a tattoo of his woman on his arm. You know how fucking Northern is and shit, you know what I'm saying? He got a tattoo of his woman all on his arm, her whole body and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And when they came in there, dude came in with their girls, and they looked at Tesla like, oh yeah, it's dope. Then they looking out there, they seen the riot. They was called the Zoot Suit riots. You know what I'm saying? During the 40s and stuff like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And when they seen the riots up, they're like, yo, we gotta get out of here. And the sailors bust in the shop. You know what I'm saying? They beat them up, slammed one of the dudes on the fire hydrant, his back on the fucking fire hydrant, man. And then the dude was down there, and had to watch him raping his woman, man. So when this time comes, yo, you might be able to defend your woman against your next door neighbor or some shit like that, but with troops, you can't do shit, man. You ass the fuck out, man. And some shit like that, you feel less than a man, but there ain't shit you can do about that, man. That shit is out of your control. It's out of your power, man.
Esau is licking his chops, man, because Esau gives these women out here in Babylon free advertisement, man. You know, Instagram, Facebook, BET, you know, where they can shake their ass, man. So Esau's licking his chops, man, at you women, man. So now he gonna say, yeah, show me what you got, you know?
Yeah, like you got the BET her, where normally the nigga woman's always paraded as a hoe, man. She's a businesswoman that goes around and fucks other niggas while she married, man. And Esau looks at our women like that anyway, man. You know, you got the tribes, man. Hey, you got a lot of tribes. All they come over here is, sell their ass. You know what I'm saying? So that's how Esau look at our women. But like the brother said, Esau, hey, show me what you got, man. You know? Hey, it's probably, Esau coming at 3 in the morning, jigging, jam pants and shit.
Jake like let it all hang out, man. So Jake he ain't got have no clothes on. Laying up with him, man. So we bucket naked, man. You know? Right? Reading on, it says, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread for great tribulation. You know, and we're entering into those times, man, where their house is going to be on the verge of being invaded, man. You know, okay? And this is going to be a destruction for a lot of you 2/3, man. You know, Esau is going to be pinning you Jake's down like a video game, man. You know, right? Behold, say the Most High, I will pull together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from east, from Liberius, to turn themselves one against another, to repay the things that they have done to them. You know, and we're coming into that time, man, when these nations are rising up against each other, man. You know, and this all of this fighting, and this is why the Trump administration cannot even get along with itself, man. You see it imploded from the inside out, man. Here it is. The whole cabinet, man, is a revolving door, man. You know, you got the defense secretary, okay? They're going into the numerous ones.
You talking about Gmssoldiersofaithnj?
Yes, yeah, Mattis, you know what I'm saying? You know, he stepped out because he believes that America should stay in Syria, you know? But Trump said that they want to pull out. But we got to understand the mind of the devil, man, you know, because he may have something up his sleeve to where he may be pulling them troops out, man. You know, he may be trying to maybe drop a nuke, man. We don't know, you know, a pocket nuke.
I was gonna say I had seen an article. I don't know if it's correct or not, but I seen something where they said they wanted to bring like contractors over there.
So
yeah,
Blackwater.
Blackwater.
Yeah, Blackwater. They got the ad now saying we're back.
Yeah.
You know, so now they're gonna have Blackwater basically doing the dirty work, man. You know, to where they're not gonna have no set leash on them, man. You know, they're gonna be killing the majority of the citizens in masses, man. You know, they're gonna be they're cheaper hires, you know, because they're their own guarded security, man. You know, because hey, man, the United States Army, man, Navy and Air Force, the whole branch, all the branches are on that, man. You know, and they have to get themselves geared up, and they have to boost up morale, and basically get the people in that patriotic, back in that patriotic spirit, man, to try to bring in the fresh enrollees, okay, to fight this oncoming war that's going on, man. You see?
Yeah, through the spirit, they gonna stay over there, man. We know what Joel tells us, that the Most High is gonna move far off from them, the Northern Army. All right, and plus I had seen something too where it was like an article that came out like 2 years ago. This ICE agent, he committed suicide, and he wrote a long list, basically telling us what the government plans to do. And they were saying how they wanted to actually put the American soldiers. They want to keep the American soldiers over there in the Middle East. Reason being because the shit that's going to happen over here in America, they know those American soldiers are not going to be with it. Right. So they're going to have mercenaries and foreigners over here too.
Because they know that the men of his own forces are going to have compassion upon the citizens.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so they're going to have the other nations come over here, okay, which are going to be hired, okay, to basically going to be NATO troops, man, you know, of all sorts, man, to come in and don't give a damn about the average American, man, you know, let alone your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, that may not even speak the language at all, man. They just know how to kill, you know, and this is why the government is trying to limit the amount of ammo you can hold in a magazine, okay, for your firearm. Okay, they're trying to put a cap on how many bullets that it can hold, man. You know, and this is why they're trying to ban the AR-15, which is the civilian version of the M15. Yeah, the M15. You know, but you got these Edomites now. I seen one story where he is actually making his own gun. He's making the actual prototype. He has the machinery to make his own prototype of the AR-15, man. You know, which is untraceable. You see, you know, and now he's coming up against stiff opposition with the government as far as him producing it. You see, right? It says, right, verse 21. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so I do also, and recompense in their bosom. Thus say the Lord power, you know. And we have to understand that this quote war that's going on, man, is really at the end of the day for our sakes, man, because the Lord is gathering up all those troops in the valley of Jehoshaphat, man, to gather them together so he can judge them, man, for all of the wickedness they have done to our, and the atrocity they have done to our people, man, you know, right? It says, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. You know, so this is the wrath of the Lord that's going to come upon these people, man. You know, right? Verse 23: the fire is gone forth from his wrath and hath consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. You know, and hey, man, we want to be on the right side of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, man, because great judgment is coming, man. You know, and he's only dealing with his elect, man. You know, and these scriptures right here prove that the Lord is not of a man to be of their reason, of what they want to be of this unbalanced entity, man, that's coming to judge the earth, man. Right? Verse 25, I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. You know, and we're trying to make ourselves clean, man, through the spirit, man. You know, and not trying to touch the unclean thing. We're trying to detach ourselves from this place, Babylon, man, because this place is polluted. You know?
This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 3. It says, the horsemen lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. Because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the misuse of witchcraft, that celebrations who are whoredoms, and families who are witchcraft.
Hey, this is the well-favored harlot, man. You know, hey, the nations love this place, man, because why? Because they were able to to sustain themselves, man. You got the other nations that flow into this place, man. You know, and partake in the wickedness of this place, man. You know, the brother was talking about in the chat where you had I think it was a so-called Israelite that's already hasn't even been here that long and has already partaken in the so-called wicked holidays of this place, man. You know, they're fully bought into it, man. You know, that's the philosophies that's been put out forth in the earth, man, and to where we everybody and hey, even in there was an article even in Korea, man, how they treat Christmas, man, like it's like that's like a big festival, man. You know, that lasts for beyond the seasons that they celebrated here. You know, and it's almost like a all year round love affair with the Christmas spirit over there, man.
Over there in Iran, they had a big Christian celebration over there for Christmas too. In Iran, I was like, yo, get the hell out of here!
Wow.
That's crazy, man. You know, and it goes to show you too, man, is that, you know, it's a lot of persecution against the Christians that's going off all over the world, man, because we have a lot of the remnant that are in a lot of those places, man. So this is where you would see that what they would characterize them as Christian. You know, that's the confusion of face.
Hey, you even got East Indians celebrating Halloween.
Yeah, man.
Like at my job, this Indian woman, she's like, oh yeah, I got this extra costume. You want to give it to your son? What the fuck are you talking about? No. And then why you even celebrating this shit? Don't you? Whoever the fuck y'all worship a rat or some shit like that? Why you celebrating this? That shit crazy, man. All these heathens leave their customs when they come over here and get fucking Americanized, man. And when you look at the typical East Indian, especially ones that be in like business and shit like that, yo, they more snotty nosed than Esau is, man. They really think they shit don't stink, man. I hate them motherfuckers.
Yeah, man.
I want to like, they make you want to get caught with them just the way they walk, the way they talk, all of it. Ridiculous.
And that's that pride that Esau has built up with them, man. They put them in this state, man. You know, hey, man, he probably puts himself proudly against Esau himself, man. You know, these nations, man, they're all for themselves at the end of the day, man. You know, yo, read that again. That last one about what's
It says, because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations to her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft.
Right, and that's that witchcraft, man. You know, and all these pagan holidays is not but witchcraft, man. This is why you would have some straight Elamite, okay, that would partake in this festivity, man, that they celebrate here, man. It's all about that witchcraft, man. You know, hey, those so-called Christmas carols, man. They're a bunch of witchcraft, man. You know.
Hey, and that's how we know, you know, that chip is going to be such a strong hold upon these other nations too. When you think about it, if you choose, you know what I'm saying, to avert your ways, you know what I'm saying, that your people has been, you know, worshiping, you know what I'm saying, averting their gods that their people have been worshiping for so long, you know what I'm saying, how much more a new god, if you will, which is that chip, man. You know what I'm saying? That's they sell it. It says that they sell nations, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, all of you know what I'm saying, when they see all of like it says in Revelation 13, when they see all of the good things and the beautiful things, you know what I'm saying, all the miracles that this chip brings, man, you know what I'm saying, hey, they gonna be with it.
Hey, he says, the scriptures say, man, he's gonna create miracles, man. You know, with that chip, man. You know, here it is, one of the engineers that was talking, and the spirit had the apostle bring up these old batch of videos that he was putting out this past week concerning the mark of the beast, and it was an engineer that he understands the scriptures as far as Revelation 13, 16 on down, but he was saying that they when they first was trying to do these projects, he said that the CIA came with an infinite bag of money to help them produce certain things for this concerning the chip. But one of the projects was that they were trying to put back together the seventh spine of this patient. You know, that was one of the things that they were trying to work on, man. But they have manifested where they're using the chip to move certain body parts that we were not being able to move now, man. So now that's going to be part of the ways that they're going to try to create those great miracles to where people are going to say, oh, wow, you know, they try to get, they're gonna, any other way that they're going to try to get the people to take this chip, man, they're going to do it, man. You know, you got to understand that Esau has a job to do, you know, and he's basically trying to create all these wars in the earth, man, because he has to create these other countries. There's a few countries left that don't have a central bank, you know. And Iran and Syria is the two of them that don't have a central bank, man. You know, so they got to get up in there, man, and create that central bank because they want to still create that one world government, man. You know, so it's basically a race against time, man.
Yep.
Okay, because the iron gates are coming down on this place, man. You know.
Hey, just real quick, just add one point, like how you just said about like you know, with the chips and stuff and being able to for people to move limbs that they no longer can do. And that's a funny thing. Like this whole time, right? This whole time you have people that's paraplegic, be told they can never walk again, in wheelchairs, car accidents and all of that. And now I say, yo, it's a difficult thing for somebody to get back up from that estate. But yo, it's natural ways how you can actually walk again from that shit. Diet and herbs and heavy fruit. Fruit is generating to the nervous system, man. So when somebody that's paralyzed, paraplegic, they can't move certain limbs, all you have to do is repair their nerves with herbs and the fruits. And the fruits have the highest vibration and they regenerate nerve tissue, man. And you can walk again. There's people that have like the lower parts, like L4, L5, and the spinal cord, you know, yeah, like really messed up, really badly. And in 11 months, a woman was able to walk again after a car crash, after her shit was smashed, man. 11 months. You know what I'm saying? Never told you to walk in after 11 months, she's walking. You know what I'm saying? So the shit can be done naturally, you know?
Hey, and Esau, man, he likes to suppress that type of information, man. You know, because here it is, man, you may have a so-called, what they want to call alternative physician that can bring out a lot of this edification out, man. You know, you may find him missing somewhere, man. You know, you know, they like to suppress that type of information, man. Because why? It's because they want to be able to have you dependent on their pharmaceuticals, man. You know, hey, yeah, that's their big business, man. And these pharmaceuticals don't cure anything, man. It just manages what you have. It just manages it, you know, until where you got to keep on relying on it. You know, and that's part of the witchcraft.
Hey, remember the CDC worker in Atlanta? It happened this year, matter of fact. He was found in like a river down there, man.
Damn.
You know? So you know he was about to come out and expose them.
Hey, you know, hey, and that's what he get, you know, for talking too much, man. You know, you're gonna leave the talking to us, man, because we got the hedge on us, man. You know, we can call you out, so we can call you out on your bullshit, man. You know, you see, we all set up and ordained, man, to do that, man. You know, not no regular. Hey, we can use it for edification, or somebody bringing it out and having your tongue to fall upon yourselves. You know, hey, and we can go back to the scriptures, okay, which is our foundation, okay, to say, look, well, this is what that is. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is talking about. You see, you know. But hey, man, this is like Prego, man. It's in there. You know. You got some?
Yeah, this is Revelations 13 and 14. It says, and he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live.
And so that's the spirit that read that, because I was about to quote it, because he was talking about Esau with the miracles and the chip and getting people paraplegics to walk again. Well, this is a part of an article that they put out 19 bold predictions for science and technology in 2019, right? And one of them is Heather Berlin. She's a cognitive neuroscientist and professor of psychiatry, right? And one of their predictions is that they're going to come out with technology. I'll read it real quick. Caltech researchers recently restored sensation to a paralyzed man's arm using electrodes implanted in his brain. as we unlock the secrets of the brain's cellular architecture and its relationship to human capacities, we gain the power to treat psychiatric and neurological diseases as well as physical. So physical ones. So we're talking about schizophrenia, Alzheimer's disease that you were saying before. They're trying to treat this with a chip. One, like your brother just said, you can treat these things naturally. You can do all these things with fruits and herbs and all things like that. But what? That's how he goes in. That's how Esau is, because he's the devil. He deceives them by the means of those miracles, man. You know, and silences people like Dr. Sebi and all these other guys that show you how to do it. Break down Alzheimer's disease to mucus. You know, it all goes back to mucus. But what this devil wants to give you a chip in your brain, man. You know, so that's how we deceive them. And making somebody walk again that was told they could never walk again, that's a miracle.
Yeah.
You know? So people are gonna flock to him and run to Esau for every little problem that they got, man.
And that's part of that transhumanism, man. He wants you to worship him, man. You know, and the people are going to be in awe with that, man. They're going to be getting a lot from it, man. You know, and you know you're going to have the people that that have some type of substance in this world. They're going to be the first ones in line to try to get that, man, for their loved ones, man. You know,
Yep.
be on the cutting edge, you know, of the so-called technology, man.
Hey, you was talking about before, in that day when all hell breaks loose, that people are going to be, women, especially, are going to be real emotional in that day, right? Well, check this out. I'll read on just a little bit more. It says, I predict that 2019 will be the year brain-computer interfaces finally arrive for those in need. Prosthetic limbs will not be controlled by a paralyzed patient's thoughts, but also be capable of sensing and feeling the same way our natural and breakthroughs in neural implants will give people with anxiety and mood disorders a clearer path to recovery. So here it is, you feeling depressed or you feeling oversensitive. You're like, let me get a brain chip in my brain to suppress my anxiety. You know, or I'm nervous for this job interview. Let me get a brain chip to keep me calm, cool, and collected. You know, so he's trying to change your moods. You know, through the means of his technology. You know,
He's trying to change your DNA makeup, man. He's trying to be like the Most High, man. You know.
Yeah, also, if you're blind, it'll help you see again, man. If you get the chip in your head, you'll actually be able to see again. But you gotta choose to be blind and to get a fucking chip, man. You know, you'll get it back in the kingdom, man.
And then Esau's been working on this technology for a long time, man. He always had this under in his cards, man. You know, but it's come to a certain point in time to where he's trying to roll out this chip, and he's gonna have the people in awe of taking it, man. You know, not only does it gonna be making life easier though, man, but it can make somebody of a lower state, man, make them like a so-called regular human being, man, or a transhuman, you know.
Yeah. That's another thing too. People that's blind. Dr. Sebi proved like you can heal blind people. You know what I'm saying? Like with the natural way. And all what? Because this is the Most High's way. It ain't about Dr. Sebi. The Lord just used him. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have been Hippocrates. You know what I'm saying? Just coming back in the reincarnation. That's more likely who the fuck you are.
Somebody.
You know what I'm saying? Like straight up and down. I'm saying if you blind, what is information that's up in your head, but more so your head. It's your gut. You gotta clean out your gut. You gotta clean out your pancreas because your intestines. You know what I'm saying? It's known as the second brain because it's trillions of nerve endings in your gut that line up with your brain, so they go hand in hand. And with your pancreas, you can have neurological disorders with your pancreas. So a lot of people that got diabetes, they just think it's just from the sugar. Nah, you can have diabetes neurologically, because you can have something neurologically wrong with your pancreas that you got to fix. So there's two things. You worry about your bowels and your pancreas. You fix that up, and you know what I mean, and clean the inflammation from the head, and you can actually see it.
It says, Revelation 13:15, we have power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See? So just in these two verses alone, it shows you how at first Esau's gonna come smoothly. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, if you don't get right, you're gonna get killed, man. You know?
The image of the beast isn't talking about Cesare Borgia, man.
It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right? No man can buy or sell except that he have the mark, man. You know? And they're gonna cause some type of, it says he causes all, man. So we already know through the spirit, man, he's gonna cause some type of economic catastrophe, man, in order for the people to be able to, a lot of the masses to receive that chip, man.
Yep.
You know, problem, reaction, solution, man. You know, so that's basically what he's gonna do.
Hey, in Venezuela, I was watching the video of Apostle Horror recommended, dancing with the dead, dancing with the dead. And what's going on in Venezuela right now is you have the whole economic crash over there, and they have food rations. The only way some people are surviving in Venezuela is food rations from the government, but they have a card. It could just as easily be a chip, and those people will take it.
Oh yeah.
You know, what's your alternative? Are you going to leave the country? A lot of people, all the people that have the need to leave have left, but everybody's that's still there is because they can't leave. You know.
Hey, he's already got them lined up and primed up to take the chip, man.
Yeah.
Well, he loves being the devil, so he wants to see them destroy each other to the very end, man. You know, then he's gonna roll the chip out, man. He said, let them destroy each other, man. Here it is, man. You got the country with the largest oil reserves in the world, man, and then in that type of estate right now, man. And this is why Russia has a certain interest in that country, man, and they're gonna be a guard to them as well, man. And plus, it's a strategic move to where now they're on in the Western Hemisphere now, man.
Right.
You know, they got their shop set up, man.
Right.
Not only do they have alliances with Cuba, but also now with Venezuela as well.
And I had seen something earlier. I mean, maybe like last month.
But to go back, the brother's got to read up on the Cuban Missile Crisis, man, back in 1962, man. You know, because it was gonna be on and popping from that point on, man. You know, and this is where Cuba became a communist country, you know, under Fidel Castro, you know, and it still remains that way this day. But they're trying to ease it up, though. But now, hey, Russia's going to turn it back up, man, and use that for whatever resources they get, you know, to be able to have the strategic position on Babylon, man, you know.
And you know, this is a spiritual note too that also goes to prove that those are the Manassites, man, which in the Hebrews, Manasseh, made to forget. Because those people over in Cuba, they still living like in the 50s, man. They still living, you know what I'm saying, off of those cars that they had over there in the 50s and 60s, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And that goes by the great ingenuity of our people, man. Because what happened was that place was like a big oasis as far as you had all types of mobsters that used to hang out there. It was like your so-called South Beach of Cuba, you know, back in the 50s, you know. So but when Fidel Castro took over that country, everything just stopped. The United States created an embargo on the country, and everything that stopped, like the American cars that were coming in, they just stopped. But why are they still running? You know, when you check it out, they're building their own parts to keep those cars running, man. That's how great our people are, man. You know, those cars are running off of straight the ingenuity of those people, man. You know, and because they can't get the parts from this country, they have to build them. They have to recreate that part. You know, and they're using whatever means they have to be able to create that part to keep the car running, man. You know, and you see a lot of those cars in pristine condition. You know, that's how shows you how great our people are, man.
Calm.
You know.
Just finishing off. It says, "Here is wisdom." Revelation 13 and 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666.
That's the man of sin, man. You know, and hey, man, the spirit hasn't coming out to where the apostles coming out heavy with the prophecy of the mark of the beast. You know, and you got all these old videos coming out of the woodwork, man, that are for great edification. That's coming out, man, and it's all to the spirit of the Lord, man. And hey, we already know what the apostles want to coin the new year, and that's what it is, man. So now we're going to continue to push it on, man. And the Spirit's going to continue to be heavy on that, man, because now we're separating the men from the boys, man, on who the Lord is dealing with, man. And it's not hard to tell, man.
It ain't hard to tell.
And you wicked ass guys out there, man, that know this truth, man. But your pride is in the way, man. The pride is going to get you destroyed, man. All right. So we're going to end it with that. So with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the Akim, the student of his work, and truth and sincerity. Shalawam.